My name is Jamin Sangoro Ombiri.
And where are you from?
I come from Rabur,
Okay.
and Rabur is in Suna East sub-county,
Okay.
and it is in Migori County.
So you're from
Kenya.
Migori County?
Yeah,
Okay.
in Kenya.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you study when you went to university?
When I was at university, I studied Kiswahili and Fasihi. The
Okay.
Kiswahili, Fasihi is the Kiswahili and its literature.
Okay.
The literature part of Kiswahili is called the Kiswahili Fasihi.
Okay. Did you know that you wanted to teach when you were at university?
Yes.
Yes, you wanted to teach Kiswahili?
I wanted to teach Kiswahili.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, how long have you been a teacher?
I've been a teacher for the last 32 years.
Wow, really?
Yes, I've been a teacher for 32 years. That is, I started teaching in 1979.
I was not alive.
You are not yet born.
No. I don't think my parents were even together.
Yes, 79. I taught at different levels.
Uh-huh.
I taught at primary, I taught at secondary. Secondary primary level I took 6 years.
Okay.
Then I furthered my education and I went to secondary.
What class did you teach at primary?
Primary level I taught from standard 1
Uh-huh.
to 8.
Uh-huh.
I've been a marker or an examiner
Uh-huh.
in Kiswahili.
Okay.
I've done the examining Swahili in primary, both in secondary schools.
So you would give like the tests
Yes.
for them to move?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So here you're the principal.
I'm the principal of the Kata Education Center, and I have been a principal of a high school and a retired principal.
How long have you been a principal? How many years?
I've been a principal for the last 10 years.
Do you like it better than teaching in the classroom?
Yes, I've been teaching in classroom as the same. Even when you are in a position of a principal, you are given a class to teach. You are a teacher, and at the same time you are an administrator.
So principals here, they also teach.
They also teach, but they are given little lessons, few lessons. They are not having so much lessons like the teachers.
Right. In America, principals don't teach.
Okay.
They just stay as administration.
Okay. In Kenya, a principal is given about 6 to 10 lessons or 6 to 12 lessons to teach.
Wow.
And he can also teach an examinable class so that his or her column can be seen, and he works as an example to the rest. Is exemplary.
Right.
Yes.
You show the teachers how.
Yes, how things are done.
Right. Good.
That is in teaching.
Good. So here, when the teachers don't come, do you take over their class?
No, there is a timetable.
Okay.
This timetable is you have your own area.
Okay.
For example, me, I'm teaching Form 1 and 2
Okay.
Kiswahili. The rest are taught by another teacher.
Is that what we saw you teaching?
Yes. And I can teach those students up to Form 4.
Okay.
Then I see my products.
It was fun to watch you.
Yes, I'm going to teach them up to Form 4.
They were laughing at you. They thought you were funny.
Yeah. You know, when you are teaching, you make your children interested.
Right.
It's when they
learn more.
They learn. But
Yeah.
if you are teaching a dull class, then you are not. They are not receiving. They are not getting what you are teaching them.
Do you think that your students are afraid of you?
They are not.
They're not.
They are
not
very
fearing
happy
you.
and they are very free with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yes.
Yes. They trust you.
Yeah. Very much.
Good. So what are your duties as principal here? Like what do you have to do?
As a principal, I'm doing what we call administrative duties. That is management of teachers, sometimes so finances, and also as a principal, you also chip in the school development, initiating development in the school.
Do you have to do discipline ever?
And also discipline,
You deal
a
with
bit of discipline, but the discipline is done with the deputy principal.
Okay.
Then if it is beyond the deputy principal, is brought to my desk.
Does that happen often?
Yeah, it happens not often. There are some which can be done by the deputy principal, and very few cases come to my desk.
Okay.
Yeah, those critical ones.
Right.
So once they are on my desk, then I can square them. If they are beyond my reach, then I carry it forward to the board.
To the board.
Board of management, which can discuss. Then after discussion, then they can get the resolution.
Right. Okay.
And if from there, if it cannot be done here, they give recommendation to the Ministry of Education on what can be done to that student.
Is that a Kenyan or is
that is Kenyan?
That is Kenyan?
Yes.
So everyone here in charge is Kenyan?
Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
It should be that way. This is a Kenyan school.
Yes.
It should be all Kenyan.
So it is done in a Kenyan way.
We like that.
And when the school started, under administrative duties, I made sure that the school is registered.
Right.
Both temporary and permanent. Recently, I received a certificate for full registration of the school.
Okay.
Now it has been mapped in the Kenyan schools.
Good.
Yeah.
So people know about it.
It is now the school that is known by the Minister of Education.
Good.
Then by August, I'll be registering the school for examination council center. The students will do the exam here and not to go to another school.
Where do our kids go right now? Do they go to Naiduan to take their tests?
No, the teachers we recruit from those who have come from university.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They are trained. Most of the teachers in this school are trained, and that is what the government requires.
Good.
The teacher must be trained and registered.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the same in America.
It's when it's allowed to teach.
Right. They have to be certified.
Without that, it cannot be allowed.
Good.
Yeah. Even if you are at university, you have not attained the course or the certificate, you are not allowed.
How many years at university to be a teacher?
To university in Kenya, formally it has been 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
That's the same in America?
That's why we had a curriculum of 8, 4, 4.
Okay.
8 years in primary, 4 years in secondary. After secondary, you go to university where you take 4 years.
Okay.
That is in the teaching profession. Although there are some professions like medicine, you can go up to 5 years.
5 years?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a little bit strenuous.
Right, that's a lot of school to be a doctor.
Yes.
Well, why did you decide to come teach at the Carter or be the principal at the Carter?
Well, I have that passion of being a teacher. After retirement, I was called to come and bring up the school.
Right.
So with that passion of being a teacher, I just decided to come and help these children and also see the school coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been a
so
part
that
of it.
I leave a legacy as a teacher and as a principal, especially when they talk of who started this school. Given I'm coming from the locality,
right.
They also know my capability. And they accepted me to help them.
Good.
And I was also free to help them. And in fact, I could say I'm just helping freely because they're not even paying me the salary I was getting from
teaching.
The teaching with the ministry before I retired.
Right.
Yeah.
But you
so I'm just giving my service as if I'm helping the school to come up.
But you like it. You like
I
it.
like my job.
Good.
Yeah. You know, when you are, teaching is a profession, they say it is a noble profession.
Right.
But when it comes that it is a noble profession, it is a call.
Right.
You cannot just be a teacher.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to be called to
You
that.
must be called to teach.
And I think you have to be called.
You must be called and you need to like that job.
I think you have to be called to be a principal too.
Very good.
Because I am not.
Yeah, even a principal, because it is a very hard job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in charge of
It is
adults.
very involving.
Right. Because you have to be.
If you don't have the heart, the passion for the child, and even for the community, and
Right.
even for the relationship with everyone, you cannot be a principal.
Right.
Very difficult.
But you're doing a great job.
Yes.
So what separates the Carter from other secondary schools? Why is this school better?
This school is better in comparison to public schools.
Or to like Naiduang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different because most of the things that are done here are done differently.
Okay.
In public schools, we have services coming from the ministry.
Okay.
And here, all the services or the input of the development, payment of teachers comes from abroad.
Okay.
And then it is also different because we find in government schools, there are so many other things which are done here, which are not done in public schools.
Okay.
I've been a principal for long, and I've observed that in Qatar, even we call it tuition, when it comes to books, the ratio is 1-to-1.
Right.
But in public schools, you find people sharing something like that. And again, here, you will find the Americans or our sponsors are giving full staffing for all the subjects, and they pay them.
Right.
But in public schools, you'll find the government has no money, they're waiting for the budget, they employ, and they are employing in bits and bits.
Right.
You can find that school has been given a few number of teachers, which the TSS pay, and the rest now are employed by the school itself.
Okay.
So you find that there is a TSC or government paid, and also school payments.
So with the public school, the government, there's not enough money.
Yeah,
And so
they don't have enough money to employ enough teachers.
Right.
Even that is what is in the problem in Kenya.
Okay.
Right away.
Okay.
We have a deficit of teachers in each and every school.
Why do you think people don't want to teach?
Maybe people don't want to teach sometimes because maybe of the payments.
Right.
And also the welfare, the way they are handled.
Right.
In terms of maybe allowances, housing, maybe apart from that, maybe they don't have houses in the school, teachers to stay outside the school. And
it's hard to get to work. It takes a long time.
Yeah, and even traveling.
Right.
Many of them walk on foot, some on bicycles, some on some maybe using any other means to come.
Like a piki.
Like a piki, which is very difficult.
Right, and it's dangerous.
Very strenuous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what does education mean to you? Why is it so important here? Because in America, many students, I feel, they take advantage because it's the law that children attend school. It's mandated by the law for the entire country. And here, I don't know if it's that way or not.
You know, here, the government has made it a law that each and every child should be at school.
Right.
That is even by providing free primary and secondary education.
Okay.
But you find many students don't go to school. They don't go to school because maybe their home backgrounds. It depends on where this child is coming from.
Right.
Yeah, because the government can say that they are providing free education when it is really not free.
Right.
Because it is just being subsidized. There's some little money that is being brought But other payments like the lunches and even the uniforms
And supplies.
and they need the parents to give, and sometimes those parents are unable.
Right.
So you find some the students drop out.
Right.
Yeah.
Very young.
They
They're very
drop
young.
out of the school.
And go? Do they work? Or?
Yeah, they go to the work, or they get lost in the that is in the village.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing things they shouldn't.
Even small children,
Right.
some of them leave school and go and look for this small sugarcane cutting or working for some people in their homes.
Like child labor.
Yeah, child labor.
Really?
Yeah. Although the government does not want that, but it is there. It is there.
Right.
Mm.
Is that more common in areas like Magori because it's so rural?
Mm.
Is it more common here in
No.
Magori, or is it all over Kenya?
It is common in some parts of the country,
Uh-huh.
like those marginalized areas, especially those people who are in the marginalized places.
Right.
Students are not going to school because of some traditions and cultures and customs
Right.
in those areas.
Okay.
Like these female
FGM.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
is a problem.
That's Maasai, right?
Yeah, Maasai, Turkana, even Kuria down here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have that problem. So once the child also has been initiated, he feels it's okay, it's enough to go and get married. Even it is just as a tradition.
So the small girls are taken out of school when they're
Yes.
ready
Yeah,
and
so
married. And,
yeah,
okay.
so you find in those communities they're trying to reinforce now that, but they're still doing it undercover.
So do you think it's easier for boys to get education than girls here?
Very, very well.
Yeah,
Mm.
you think it's a lot easier?
Very nice. The girls can have a problem. And we have another problem these days, I don't know, with the society, that many of the children are getting pregnancies at early stages, and they drop out of school.
Right.
But the government also has this, brought a law that once a child gets pregnant and gives birth, he goes, he delivers, takes care of the child, and then he comes back to school.
Does that happen a lot?
It is happening in Kenya. That is a law.
That's a law?
Yes.
That doesn't happen often.
And it is also, it happens.
It does?
Yeah. That
Wow.
that child has got a right to education, and we cannot deny that child education just because he had delivered and he is okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's the government does not want that child to be wasted.
So who keeps the baby?
So I don't know whether, this kind of laws are the ones that are disturbing education.
Right.
Because the student, many people do that way, and they encourage students to get spoiled.
Right.
Very many.
Well, you think that our students at the Carter appreciate their education?
Very much.
Do you think most of them will go to university?
They will go, because we have just started, and that is our ambition. That our students, they should go to university, and if they don't go to university, there are middle colleges where they can also go. There is also these areas of technical institutions.
Like in
They will,
Matasa?
they will fit there,
Right.
because the basic education a child gets in Kenya is secondary education.
Right.
That is the basic, not the primary. So once you are through with the secondary, then you have that basic, you can undergo some course.
Yes.
Yes.
So these students.
Like these students here, we have a hope that after they have done their Form 4, we need some to go to university, to put in various colleges.
So right now it's just Form 1, 2, and 3 here.
We have only Form 1, Form 2, and 3.
When is Form 4 here?
Next year.
In August?
Next year, no, January.
January.
Then in December next year, they will have done their Form 4 exam, and the result will be out.
Wow.
Yes.
We have some kids that are going into Form 4.
Yes.
Elise.
We have.
And Evans.
We have those of Hope Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a number.
And I'm thankful that they will be here and not at Naiduong, because I don't like them going.
No, they will not be at Nyaduong because we shall be having a center by August this year.
Wonderful.
By August this year, we have a Kenya National Examination Center in this school. That is my work. That is my work as a principal.
Yes. Well, is there anything that you would like to tell anybody in America about Kenya before we go?
Yeah, in Kenya, what I would like to request our friends in America to help us is on the development of the school and the welfare of the teachers. Teachers to be well paid, be motivated, and teach the children with that heart.
Yes. Like you have.
The one I have. And also to make sure that we don't have what we call teacher movement from Kata to TAC because of low payment or lack of maybe motivation. Yeah, in houses, in terms of traveling, in terms of let's say the welfare. When it's in the school here, he will need to feel comfortable.
Right. So they can be happy.
They can be happy.
We need happy teachers.
Yeah, they will teach when they're very happy. Very happy.
Right.
That is my request for our friends in America. And again, in the future, we need to have what we call partnership. Yeah, we partner with the schools in America. We visit them. They also come and visit our school. We have what we call exchange program.
Exchange program.
Yes. Yeah. Then we can learn something from America. They can learn something in Kenya.
Right. Well, thank you for your time.
I'm very grateful.
I'm grateful to you.
Also, I say welcome again to Kenya at any time.
Thank you.
Yeah. And when you come next time, it shall make you even reach our homes and see how we are living.
Love it.
In the village.
We went. Oh, you're done.